A very good morning to all the students of class 6. My name is Prerna and I'm your English teacher. And today, from your English book Skyline, we are going to be reading chapter number 2. Now, in our class, we have maybe a lot of friends, or maybe we have a few friends. So, all of us have a best friend in our class, and the other classmates are also there. But has it ever happened, or have you ever, seen this in your class, that there's a particular child with whom no one talks? And it could be because, maybe because the child is not good in studies, or maybe because you do not like the appearance of that child. So sometimes we have a classmate who is not really talked about, or a classmate who's not given attention to. So this story is about a girl who is not able to earn any friends in the class. And what is the reason for that, we are going to study in this chapter. All right, so here we go. So as I told you that this is chapter number 2 of your book, and the name of the chapter is My Best Friend. So let us start reading this chapter. Vijaya Lakshmi called out Miss Parvati, the class teacher of standard 6B. She was looking at the girl seated in the middle row of the classroom. "Please come over here," said Miss Parvati. The short but striking girl in the candy-striped uniform stood up. As she rose, her black eyes flickered about nervously. Her thick curly hair was tightly pulled back into a long heavy plait, but wisps of hair had escaped and framed her face beautifully. Her intelligent face looked sincere and honest. So now in the first stanza, what is happening? That the main character of the story, Vijaya Lakshmi, she is one of the students of class 6B. So this girl is called out by her class teacher, Miss Parvati. She tells Vijaya Lakshmi to please come and stand near the teacher's desk. And this girl is wearing a candy striped uniform. So candy striped uniform is generally a whole uniform which has long stripes, either red or pink in color. And in this particular stanza, the entire physical appearance of the girl named Vijaya Lakshmi is described. So this girl, she of course was very nervous. So she was a very underconfident person. That's the aspect of her personality. And how her features are being described: she had curly hair, and it was curly, long and heavy hair, which was tied in the form of a heavy plait. So plait is it is one of the styles of tying the hair. But wisp of hair, so some flicks of her hair, they were coming onto her face like this. Okay, so this wisp of hair, when it came on her face, she looked very beautiful. And the author has also said that the girl by her face looked very intelligent, sincere, and honest. She came up to the teacher's desk and stood fidgeting with her uniform. She appeared as frightened as a doe. So now what happened? This girl was really nervous. She was a very underconfident person. So, when the teacher called her, she was continuously, clinching onto her uniform. So she was holding her skirt very tightly. And, she was really nervous. And she appeared as frightened as a doe. What is a doe? Doe is a female deer. So the author has again described the underconfident aspect of this girl named Vijaya Lakshmi. "Yes, ma'am," she asked slowly, as if afraid of her. So this girl was really, really scared of facing the teacher. She had a lot of questions that, why the teacher is calling me. Vijay Lakshmi, said the kind teacher, I read your essay in the school magazine. It is really good. Everyone liked it. You have an amazing talent for writing. How come I never noticed this earlier? So now the teacher, Miss Parvati, she had not called Vijay Lakshmi to, scold her about anything. In fact, she had called Vijay Lakshmi to appreciate of her writing skills, because Vijay Lakshmi had written she had written an essay for the school magazine, and this particular essay was appreciated by everyone. Vijay Lakshmi was a shy girl, not used to such attention. She was feeling extremely uncomfortable in this situation. Usually, she liked to hide in the class, happy for others to get all the attention. So again, the author is stressing on the fact that no one really noticed Vijay Lakshmi in the class, and she was always, hiding in a corner, sitting in a corner peacefully, and she never really liked to get attention from her classmates, only because she was scared to face the group. Now Miss Parvati turned to the class. Students, Vijay Lakshmi has written an essay. It was accepted for the publication in the school magazine for the year. The essay is titled My Friend and I. I am going to request her to read it to you all. Listen carefully now. I hope you enjoy listening to it as much as I enjoyed reading it. So now the teacher, Miss Parvati, is telling Vijayalakshmi that you read the essay in front of the class. So this underconfident girl, this girl who's very shy, very scared to, actually face the people around her, Miss Parvati, the class teacher, she tells Vijayalakshmi to read the essay that she had written in the school magazine. Saying this, Miss Parvati turned to Vijayalakshmi and smiled appreciatively. Her student had done her proud among other teachers. Now, the teacher, Miss Parvati, tells Vijayalakshmi that, I want everyone to enjoy listening to your essay as much as I had enjoyed reading it. And then she has an expression of appreciation for her student Vijayalakshmi, because even she as a teacher felt really proud. The girl blushed. So now Vijayalakshmi was really shy. Do I have to, madam? Maybe the class can read it later. Madam thought for a minute and then smiled. No, you don't have to. But I would really like you to. After all, it's such a nice piece of writing, rare to come across. So now Vijayalakshmi, she still tries to, tell the teacher, convince the teacher that the teacher should tell her, okay, it's okay. If you do not want to read the essay, that is absolutely fine. So Vijayalakshmi is avoiding reading the essay in front of the entire class, and she asked her teacher, Miss Parvati, that is it that important for me to read it in front of the class? These children can read it later. So the teacher says, no, it is not that important, but somewhere I really want you to speak, or let this essay be spoken in your own voice. So I want you to read this essay in front of the entire class, because it is a rare piece of writing. Rare means rare in this particular sentence means very unique. The girl looked at the teacher uncertainly and said, uncertainly means not sure, yes ma'am, and took the magazine from her hand. She carefully turned the pages and came to the page where her words were printed. So now Vijayalakshmi, she opened that page where her essay was printed. My friend and I, she spoke in her firm but musical voice. Both my friend and I are from South India. She is from Vellore and I am from Chennai. Everyone here calls us blackies. My friend doesn't mind, but honestly speaking, I do. My friend says, so what if they call us blackie? Let them. It doesn't bother me. Don't you know? Black is beautiful. When I look at her large, sparkling eyes and her straight black hair falling softly on her shoulders, I say to myself, yes, of course, she is beautiful, but not me. Not with my awful frizzy hair and dark skin tone. So now, in the initial part of the essay, Vijaya Lakshmi has described her another friend who is from South India. So her friend is from a place called Vellore, and Vijaya Lakshmi is from Chennai, and she says that everyone in the class, they call my friend and I as we are called out not by our names but according to our color. So they call us blackies. Hey blackies, come here. Hey blackies, how are you? So she's saying, it doesn't really bother, my friend really doesn't bother about it. My friend says, let them call it, because black is beautiful. So but she says, Vijay Lakshmi says, my friend it doesn't really matter, but to me it matters. And I feel very hurt, I get very offended when someone calls me as blackie. And maybe because my friend is genuinely very beautiful. So, and she also has a dark skin tone, so she is beautiful, so she can say black is beautiful. But what about me? I'm not beautiful. And then she says, I tell her black is beautiful is just a slogan. Okay, I agree, she laughs. But how do you like this? Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So she's saying that Vijay Lakshmi says that when I tell my friend that black is beautiful is just a slogan, that's not true in real life. My friend laughs, and my friend tells me, okay, black is beautiful according to you is just a slogan. But what if I tell you that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder? What is the meaning of this? It means that when we are looking at something, whether it is ugly or whether it is beautiful, that depends upon how we are seeing it. So even the color black can look very beautiful. It depends upon how I am looking at it. What is my perspective? What is my thought process of looking at a thing? I think to myself, I like it. It almost sounds like a poem. I wonder where she reads all this. I've never come across such beautiful words in the books I've read. My friend says one has to be bold, means one has to be confident. She is, but I am not. She can walk over to a group of children and say, hi, I'm Indira and this is Vijay Lakshmi. Everyone calls us Blackie. You can call us Blackie too. If you like otherwise, Indi and Vijay will be fine. So now Vijay Lakshmi is saying that my friend is so confident that she can go and approach a group of children and say that you want to call us Blackies? Okay, fine, you can do that. That's up to you. It really doesn't matter to us. But if you do not want to call us Blackie, you can call me as Indi and you can call Vijay Lakshmi as Vijay. I wish I could do that, but I can't. I've tried, but I can't bring myself to say the first hello to anyone. Can't bring myself means I cannot gather the courage to even say hello to a classmate, to even say hi, how are you? I can't even say that to a classmate. With her, I can do many things. So Vijaya Lakshmi is saying with her means with Indira, I can do many things. I run and win races. I can cook meals and rustle up tasty snacks. Rustle up means quickly, prepare tasty snacks. I jump into the deep end of the pool. I climb the tallest tree. But when I stand in front of these very things the next day alone, they look dangerously high or impossible to me. I wonder how I ever managed to do those things at all. So Vijay Lakshmi is saying that when I'm with Indira, I'm a completely different person. I'm very confident. I can face anyone. I can win a race. I can prepare a dish. I can even jump into the deep side of the pool. But when I'm standing alone in front of these things, I do not have the confidence to even face these things. And all these things which were a cakewalk for me, a walk for me, which was so easy for me, suddenly these things appear completely impossible. When I'm alone, all these things do not, I'm not able to do any of these things. My friend says that's what friendship is about, doing things together. That's what friendship does to you. It gives you strength to be what you want and a little more too. It brings out the best in you. So, Vijay Lakshmi is saying that Indira tells me that it's okay if you feel confident when I am there. That's what friendship is all about. We as friends, we are there to take care of each other. We are there to ensure that we bring out the best in each other. So it's absolutely fine. I, as a friend, I'm there for you to support you, to ensure that you easily pass through all the struggles or the problems that you are facing. I wonder what our friendship means to her. Does she feel the same about me I as I do about her? That's something I have never asked her, and I think I never will. It's enough that I have a friend like her. So Vijay Lakshmi is saying that I'm really happy, I'm really blessed to have a friend like Indira. The girl closed the magazine and gave it back to the teacher. So this is what Vijay Lakshmi's essay was all about herself and her friend Indira, and how Indira's company makes her a powerful person. Miss Parvati said, "These are beautiful lines on friendship, Vijay Lakshmi. These are beautiful thoughts. I'm glad you have such a good friend. Do we know her? Is she in our class?" So now the class teacher, she wanted to know, Vijay Lakshmi, so where is this girl in there? Is she in our class or somewhere else? The girl dropped her head and shook it slightly. So now what happened? Vijay Lakshmi, she looked down and she said, "No, Indira is not in our class. In our school, maybe." So the teacher is asking that, is Indira in our school? The girl didn't answer. Vijay Lakshmi did not answer. Does she live in your colony? The girl stared at her black shoes silently. Then, raising her eyes, Vijay Lakshmi said bravely, "No, she doesn't stay in my colony." She was staring down at the floor. She looked as though she was fighting a battle in her mind. Slowly, she looked up and said, "Ma'am, I will not beat around the bush." To beat around the bush means you do not talk about the main content. You do not talk about the main, topic. You do not talk about the main points. You just talk about everything else, but you do not focus on the main point. So she's saying, Vijay Lakshmi is saying that I will not beat around the bush. I'll straight away come to the point. Actually, I do not have any friend. This friend that I've written about is imaginary. I really wish I did have such a friend. So Vijay Lakshmi says that this Indira, she doesn't really exist in the mortal world. There's just an imaginary friend that I really wish I had. A hush fell over the classroom. So there was complete silence over the classroom. No one moved. 40 pairs of eyes looked at the girl standing near the teacher's desk, head bent. So now all the students in the classroom, they felt really ashamed. They felt bad that we have always ignored this talented girl Vijaya Lakshmi in our class, and it's so sad to know that she doesn't have any friend. So we are so many number in the class, but she doesn't have a single friend. Out of the uncomfortable silence rang a cheerful voice. "Oh, but you do." A girl rose and walked down the aisle to the teacher's desk. So aisle is the passage between two rows. the vacant passage between two rows. So suddenly a girl stood up and she told Vijay Lakshmi, "Oh, come on, you of course have this friend like Indira. You of course have this friend in the class." So who was this girl? It was Nimi Khanna, the most popular girl in the class. Nimi was the favorite of everyone, the confident and dashing Nimi. So very stylish, very confident, and very intelligent girl in the class. Nimi, the most popular girl in the class. She said Vijayalakshmi that of course you have such a friend. Don't worry, don't ever think that you don't have any friend in the class. She held out her hand. So Nimi, she holded Vijayalakshmi's hand and said warmly. Warmly means affectionately. Yes, you do, Vijay, me. So Nimi Khanna said that you do have a friend in this class, a true friend in this class, Vijayalakshmi, and that is me. So I'm sure reading this chapter, while we were reading this chapter, we all are reminded of one such class fellow who is not able to earn any friends. This person in the class is generally ignored, and sometimes, maybe not with a bad intention, but we tend to discriminate the other person on the basis of their looks. Oh my god, this person, just look at this person. This person has such a dark color. He's just like that black crayon, uh, that I have. Oh, just look at this person. This person has such funny hands. Oh, look at this person. He's so short heighted. He looks like a dwarf. But you know what happens when you discriminate someone unknowingly? You destroy the confidence of that person, and along with that, the other thing that you do is you take away the chance from your own self of making another friend. So if you have ever unknowingly, unintentionally discriminated anyone, if you have made anyone or if anyone has felt bad because of your remarks, I would really request that go back to that person, apologize for your behavior, and trust me, you will earn a lifelong friend. And let me tell you, uh, discrimination, the act of discrimination, what is the meaning of the word discrimination? Discrimination is when you differentiate people, or maybe on the basis of their color, or on the basis of their gender, or maybe on the basis of their physical appearance. So when you try and show someone that I am superior to you and you are inferior to me, that is called as discrimination. But this act of discrimination is also prohibited by the law of our country. So in terms of law also, and in terms of moral also, the act of discrimination should not be practiced at all. I hope you all enjoyed reading this chapter. Thank you so much.